Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Middlebrook. I'm professor of Latin American politics at the Institute for the Americas. Thank you very, very much for your interest in the Institute and its Latin American programs. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and then a little bit about the programs I coordinate. I am a political scientist by training. I study democratization and U.S. Latin American relations. I'm working on a book on the international defense of labor rights in the North American context. At the Institute, I coordinate the MSc program in Latin American politics and the MA program in Latin American studies, and I regularly teach each autumn the module democratization in Latin America. One of the things that often confuses people is the difference between an MA and an MSc program. Basically, the only real difference is that the MSc has a requirement in terms of its substantive focus. So, for example, the Latin American Studies Master's program is quite flexible. The only requirement that you really have is methods course, the methods module, Research in the Americas, whereas the MSc in Latin American politics has, in addition to the methods course, a core requirement, which is the module I teach on democratization in Latin America. So if you're debating which to enroll as, it really is up to you. The MA gives you maximum flexibility because out of 6 required modules over the course of the year, you have only 1 requirement, research in the Americas, whereas in the MSc, you would have 2, research in the Americas and democratization in Latin America. It really comes down to whether you want that extra module flexibility or whether you would like on your record the reference to Latin American politics per se. You can make the choice now, but if you decide a couple of weeks into the autumn term that you would like to change either from the Latin American studies to Latin American politics, or vice versa, you can certainly do that. UCL does allow that. And it's important to make the choice relatively early, but even there you have some degree of flexibility. Both of these degrees seek to give you a very broad overview of contemporary Latin America, but also real country understanding and substantive particular issues. So, for example, in the course democratization in Latin America, we look at the long-term span of the recent democracy experience in Latin America from the 1980s to 2020. We look at particular substantive issues, the role of political parties in elections, international influences on democratization. And so at the end of the term, you should have a pretty broad understanding of contemporary Latin American politics, but with a focus on the issue of democracy, democratization, and especially in these days, the great challenges to democracy in a number of Latin American countries. As I'm sure all of my colleagues would in their own respective spheres, I'd be delighted to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you very much.